What's up, guys? It is Jay from Generation Geek, and today we have a banger. We have two kings, two of the most powerful kings going head to head. We have Vladimir Boltkin, Black Bolt, versus Tef Adam, Black Adam, in the versus battle arena today. And today, somebody is going to be mad at me, but I gotta stick to my guns and my beliefs. Again, this is my believing of who will win based on feats, power, different scenes in the comics and stuff like that. But these two guys are extremely powerful. But first, if you guys are new here, please like, share, subscribe, and join the family. We would love to have you. So first up on the docket, we have Black Bolt. Now, Black Bolt has gotten a lot of flack over the years. Of course, we saw what happened with him, Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness with Scarlet Witch, how they made this powerful being and how he died from getting, his mouth closed and all this other stuff. But Black Adam in comics is one of the most respected and most powerful beings, always ranked in the top three. Like, literally, it's either like Hulk, Thor, Black Bolt, and he's usually like coming in second between those. So, of course, now we have like, Blue Marvel and stuff like that. But when it comes to just raw power, Black Bolt is seen as one of the most powerful beings on the planet Earth and in the universe. So we have to give him that respect. And then we have obviously Black Adam, who is considered an Alpha Plus level threat, in the DC comics. Of course, we had the whole, World War III arc and 2 arc or whatever it was. And, even at one point, Martian Manhunter, he believed that the only person that could possibly stop him was the Spectre, who we know is God's, wrath of vengeance and a freaking cosmic entity. But these two are actually coming in the versus battle today because I believe they were just, great equal fights and stuff like that, because Black Bolt is severely underrated. And when I say underrated, of course, we know he has super strength and stuff like that. Black Bolt has literally slugged it out with some of the most powerful beings in Marvel Comics. And I'm not talking about just anybody. I'm talking about Gladiator. I'm talking about he had a matchup against Sentry at one point where Sentry was scared to fight him because of what possibly could happen. You got Thor, you got Hulk. He don't punch, Namor, through a dam. He's obviously like taking out the Hulk with like his master blow. He's taking out the Thing. Like, literally anybody can think of it. He's punched out a freaking Herald of Galactus from alternate universe, which was Terax, which had the same power for Herald of Galactus. Like, literally, this man is one of the most powerful beings. Even in his group, the Illuminati, he is seen as the big gun of their group. It's with like him and Doctor Strange. But when it comes to taking somebody out, it's Black Bolt. And then, of course, we have, Tef Adam, who's also fought against some of the most powerful beings in his universe. Obviously, selected out with Superman, Shazam, Hawkman, anybody that you could think of. Obviously, in the World War III or Martian Manhunter, he went against the entirety of the superhero community across the entire planet. We do obviously see him like even go against the Spectre at one point, in which he flew through the Spectre. The Spectre ended up beating him, but we see that his level of power is respected by all beings in the DC universe. So when it comes to strength and striking, I do believe that, Black Adam might have the edge, but again, we cannot ignore, his master blow, in which he puts all his electron, energy within his blow, and he makes his striking blow, which is literally KO the Thing, and one strike has taken out the Hulk and beings like that. The most underrated thing about Black Bolt is his electron manipulation. So this makes Black Bolt basically like a low yield, like low key reality manipulator, like molecule manipulation, when it comes to electrons. So of course in comics in science can be like led to other things, and basically that you're just, manipulating matter. He's been seen, being able to, make things out of stone. He's been seen freezing water. He's been seen, unthawing people from ice and water and stuff like that. We've seen him fix the Thing's roll, like so many different things. We actually seen him create antimatter. Now we know how powerful antimatter is because we know how powerful Blue Marvel is, and we seen how Blue Marvel was able to take out a freaking Beyonder shell and literally destroy it with antimatter. Black Bolt is able to create this power himself when he was fighting, I believe, what was an amped up version of, I believe it was Graviton with the Thing. And literally, Graviton was throwing black holes at the Thing, and literally Black Bolt was able to like magnetize them and disperse the black holes. So like Black Bolt has like a wide, variation of power, and I believe that's the most underrated thing in his kit is his electron manipulation. And I don't know how Black Adam will deal with that. We've seen him being taken out by transmutation beings such as Firestorm and stuff like that, and like big explosions. So I don't know how that will add up, but Black Bolt obviously has gone against some of the most powerful beings. Again, the World War, you talking about, he's gone against planet busting beings, such as all the Green Lantern Corps, Martian Manhunter, beings that you would expect to be able to destroy a planet. The only thing is that we've never actually seen Black Adam do this. So it's not that, we don't think that he can, but we just have not seen him do it. Of course, with Black Bolt, we have his quasi-sonic scream, which is the most powerful thing in his kit that everybody knows about is his voice. We've seen him be able to, go toe-to-toe against Thanos and actually injure Thanos. We've seen with his voice on 2 different occasions be able to tear holes in reality. Like, that's crazy. When he, exploded the Terrigen bomb, and he killed Gabriel Summers, Vulcan, who is an Omega level manipulator of the highest order, was able to even like drain Adam Warlock of his energies and stuff like that. Like, he was able to tear open a space in reality, which also speaks to his, his durability, that he was able to survive in that, torn part of the freaking universe. And also, with the Illuminati, he was able to, use his voice, and he opened up a tear reality to find the Infinity Stone when he was, amped, and his voice was like focused to one point. He was able to rip reality open. So his voice obviously has been able to destroy, meteors. I always said to be able to crack planets in half and stuff like that. And honestly say that Black Bolt is a planet busting tier character. And from obviously, all Black Adam's fights with Superman and all these other things, we can obviously put his power on par with him too. But again, we've just never seen Black Bolt. We just never seen Black Adam actually like fly through a planet and destroy it. So I guess that can kind of be up for the debate. But if I had to say so, I would call, Black Adam definitely, planet busting character, as he's deemed one of the most powerful men on the planet, along with Superman and Martian Manhunter and Shazam. Obviously, we know all of Black Adam's powers, from the Egyptian gods, his super speed, his wisdom and stuff like that. So we do know we have to factor into the battle, will he be able to outthink Black Bolt? I don't know. From every fight I've seen Black Bolt go against somebody in his power level, he's always come on top. Now, we've seen him literally, and Black Adam has never done this, manhandle Gladiator. And we all know like Gladiator can be compared to basically like a pre-retcon Superman, where he was literally, wrestling black holes and punching through planets, like a clear planet buster. Like, we actually have scans of Gladiator, busting planets. And literally on 2 occasions, we've seen Black Bolt literally manhandle him to the fact that Gladiator needs help. We've seen him like speak into his ear and like take Gladiator out and stuff like that with his enhanced hearing and stuff like that. So we've seen him manhandle beings on that level of power. We've seen Black Adam obviously go to toe-to-toe with Superman and stuff like that, but it's always come out to, about even, if not being overpowered by beings like Superman, or, about even with Shazam. But even, with Shazam, his power is split amongst, his family. So he doesn't have the full range of power all the time. And he usually wins through some other means, like the power of friendship or something like that. But Black Adam, we will say in raw power, is more powerful than Shazam. Usually he is. Black Bolt also has some form of like hypnosis and stuff like that, but I don't believe that will work on Black Adam, because we saw in like the World War arc where, Martian Manhunter, who is the most powerful telepath on the planet, went to Black Adam's mind. He was able to resist that, on some occasions and stuff like that. Even, he kind of lost to it when, Martian Manhunter actually like really let loose the second time and stuff like that. But I believe he has enough, feats where it shows some resistance that won't come into play at all. But I think he has enough like mental resistance feats where I don't think the hypnosis thing would kind of work on Black Adam at all. We've seen him resist it, especially with like a super powerful being like Martian Manhunter, who's actually in physical confrontation with at the same time. I don't believe that worked. And of course, I know we have people in the comments who's like, okay, but Black Adam went against all these superheroes. We've never seen, Black Bolt go against that many super beings. We've seen him go against a lot. We've seen him go against X-Men. We've seen him go against Avengers, Fantastic Four. So he does have his team busting, things. But, the World War arc was so crazy. He's going against everybody. But one thing people have to forget is that these guys in the DC universe, even though they're more powerful than their Marvel counterparts, they usually and always hold back and are not going full out. So Black Adam, we can all agree, is majority of the time a bloodlusted character who does not mind taking out or killing people whenever. And we're going against heroes who are always holding back. Not only that, I'm a martial artist, and I don't know you guys know much about fighting, but it is very hard and to be very efficient in groups and not worry about letting loose and not hurting other people. So if you add that, just fighting in general, then with people's powers and blasts, you have heroes not only holding back, but they're trying not to hurt their teammates as well. So they're not like fully letting loose on Black Adam during this arc. So yes, he is powerful enough to take out scores of superheroes, but let's get it clear that, some caveats, to that whole arc and stuff like that. Not, taking away anything from him, because that man was destroying everything. But we even have references to like things like Biala, which is like a small country. In under 36 hours, Black Adam literally killed like over 2 million people, not leaving a single survivor in Biala. It's a small country. But we compare that to Black Bolt and his voice and the stuff that he's done. Black Bolt's doing that in like 5 seconds. Like literally with the power of his voice, if Black Bolt let loose, he is killing 2 million people. It's not going to take him 36 hours. So when it comes to raw power, I obviously have to give it to Black Bolt. And of course, to like the bloodluster stuff and going against actual heroes, Black Bolt is a king. And on many occasions, Black Bolt has had no problem killing people, heroes, villains, or sacrificing worlds for the sake of his people. He is a king. So he does not have that same hang up as Martian Manhunter or Alan Scott Green Lantern or any other super powerful being, Shazam, whatever. Black Bolt has no problem killing, especially somebody like Black Adam who's arrogant. So when it comes to that bloodlusted thing, Black Bolt's gonna meet him there. And honestly, with just his wide array of powers and probably being, strength-wise on par with him, but as long with it, like his combat prowess and his speed and agility, he's been able to like dodge, all different types of manner of things. He's able to absorb energy, so none of Black Adam's energy attacks are going to work on him. And then we also saw where like Black Adam actually went against like a clear Planet Buster, where actually reality, Shatterer, like somebody like Superboy Prime, he literally got put on his butt. Strength wise, obviously I would give it to Black Adam, but when you got all the energy projection, you got his voice and stuff like that, honestly, I'm gonna have to give this fight to Black Bolt. I just believe he has too many tools for Black Adam to deal with. He has the speed and reaction time to counteract, Black Adam's attacks and stuff like that. He obviously can go blow to blow with him, but he has just these other array of abilities that Black Adam just does not have. Even his power Shazam, we've seen him be able to manipulate electricity, absorb energy, so that won't hurt him at all. And I just don't believe that there's any way that, Black Adam wins this. Obviously, he can, beat him, get the upper hand. But if we're talking out of 10 fights, I'm going Black Bolt 7 out of 10 times. So the winner of this versus battle for me is going to be Black Bolt. But what do you guys think? I cannot wait to see you guys' comments below. Also, if you guys like to see me do a versus battle, let me know who you think would win in this one and who you like to see me put in the versus battle next and get my opinion on it. This was a super fun one for me. Like, I love both these guys. Black Adam is probably my favorite anti-hero, of all time. I can't think of anybody else. I don't even know if Apocalypse or Doom are considered anti-heroes. But Black Adam and how he just carries himself is, and then Black Bolt just the silent king of just power and just his respect from people like Thor, Hulk, Sentry, like even Thanos. Like, he was able to hurt Thanos. Like, this man is just able to do some crazy stuff, destroy entire fleets in just an instant. You talking about hundreds of thousands of people. Like, Black Bolt's power is just a hard thing to match. And even if you want to go deeper, we can look at, with Thanos, and Thanos wins, he literally stabbed, Black Bolt in the stomach, and Black Bolt literally was killing celestial and cosmic entities. Like, yeah, like, if that's his real potential. But of course, that's what I think, guys. If you guys are new here, please like, share, subscribe, and join the Geek fan. We would love to have you. Every like, every share, every comment goes a long way, and I love interacting with you guys in the comments below. As always, I have been Jay from Generation Geek. Y'all be blessed, and peace.